Shelby GT350 Mustang.
There's a lot of designing, testing, and trial runs behind every new innovation or new performance record. How do I know? My name's Carroll Shelby, and performance is my business.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ford's Executive Vice President of Global Marketing, Sales and Service, Jim Farland.
What a special day. Joe said we have a lot of special cars at Ford, but here we are in Carroll's house, right here in Gardena, and with such a special car. I have to tell you that I love getting to know Carroll. And if you knew Carroll, the one thing that he would always say is, what's next? Well, we're really proud to share with you this really special car today. And I am so delighted that the whole team that created it is here, from the design team and the engineering team, but also that we're doing it here in Carroll's home place. This is a very special place for him. And it makes perfect sense we're here today. I'd like to share a little bit more about the car itself, because we had very ambitious goals as we set out to develop and execute this product. Certainly, it's the most athletic Mustang ever, the GT350. And as much as it's great to look at, I just wish you could drive it, because that's really what makes it different. It's truly a ground-up performance vehicle. All the features that I'll talk about combine to make this car so special. It has a soul and a personality. And yes, it's intended to be driven on all the great tracks and roads in the world, but that experience itself is what makes this car different, not just the specs. It's great in the straight line, but what really makes this different is how it feels when you drive. You know, we have so many new performance vehicles in our industry, but there's only a couple of brands that really still are truly different and have that secret sauce. I'd say the 911 and the Mustang are two. This is the GT350. It's very similar in character than actually in 911 GT3. Has the same aspirations, and it occupies, in our eyes, the same territory. Yes, for traditional buyers like myself, it ticks all the boxes, but that's not our ambitions. Our ambitions were to be much more sophisticated and attract a new group of customers. You know about the original GT350. I mean, if you were asked Carroll what that car was about, it was never intended to be on the road. He took the Mustang and he changed it for one specific reason: to win the B Production FCCA championship. That was it. We built the road cars as a consequence of that ambition. Well, this car is truly that same essential race car for the street. And we're also really proud to announce that the GT350 will be the mark of the show at next year's Rolex Monterey reunion. And I cannot wait to be there to see all those cars roll on the racetrack and to be so connected with the thought here. We all know that that original 65, really, the essence of that car really was unique in the industry at that time, and the 66 and beyond were different in a way. Well, this car is really meant to connect using new technology to to even a broader audience that same idea of the defined performance. So let's take a look more at the product. Certainly, its stance is really important, but from an engineering standpoint, one of the most important fundamental changes that the engineering team made was that we increased the front track 35 millimeters. That may not sound like a lot, but it's a big deal. It's a really big deal for our customers. Certainly, all the springs, bushings, every part of the suspension has been refined specifically for the targets that we set for this vehicle. Another interesting thing you may not notice, but you will, is from the A-pillar forward, all the body panels on this vehicle are completely unique. They're maximized for airflow and aerodynamics and cooling. The front fenders and the hood, are fully aluminum. And as well in the rear, you'll see a really unique spoiler, but also a fully functional rear diffuser. And of course, more is better, so we have 4 exhaust pipes. It not only looks great, but more importantly, it sounds great. And if you've ever owned or been in a GT350, 1965, you know that sound is as much a signature of the vehicle as the way it drives. The suspension is completely race-inspired, and it maximizes the potential in the car. And especially important are the tire package. The Michelin Pilot Super Sport. These are specifically developed just for the GT350. Incredibly attractive package. The foundation of any handling is, of course, the rigidity and stiffness of the base vehicle platform. And boy, we have a great platform here, as Joe said, with the new Mustang. All the chassis development work was done around the world. There were 2 key development tracks, Nürburgring and VIR, here in the States. The team really spent so much time on the chassis tuning itself to get that feel just right. Front stiffness has been further enhanced with a lightweight tower brace and carbon fiber grille opening reinforcements for that stiffness. Next area I really want to highlight is the braking. This was a key target for us and the team. The braking performance features very large, extremely large, 6-piston Brembo front caliber brakes in the front and 4-piston in the rear. You can see the sizes up there. These are massive brakes, but what's most important is that we have a 2-piece rotor. And not only do they look great, but they function fantastic. And this is also a big cost of ownership for customers versus a composite solution. We also have MagnaRide dampers, which really deliver that world-class performance feel that's unique to the GT350. Well, let's talk about what's under the hood and the powertrain. We have an all-new 5.2-liter V8. It's very high revving and naturally aspirated. We feel that the naturally aspirated V8, with all the changes that we made, really is the perfect package to deliver that real essential performance feeling. It's, as Joe said, over 500 horsepower and over 400 foot-pounds of torque. We won't give you the actual number, but that's where we start. Most powerful, naturally aspirated Ford production engine ever. And yes, it features a flat plane crankshaft. It really helps the engine operate at those higher RPMs, and you can really feel as you drive the vehicle that unique characteristic. It's something the engineering team really fought hard for, and thankfully they did. And it delivers, of course, that very unique, distinctive sound. The V8 is teamed with the Tremec 6-speed transmission. It's a really low effort shift, especially even at high RPMs. And we also have selectable drive modes for the customer. And we also have this really cool available track pack, which has enhanced oil cooler and other features for the track. And more customers we see doing track days a track app is not just an exotic thing, it's really a very important feature. Moving inside, the interior has also been optimized for performance. There are a lot of changes. We have these beautiful brand new Recaro Sport buckets that were developed just for the GT350. They look and feel fantastic. We have a flat bottom steering wheel and lots of other changes on the interior. We also have a new technology pack. This is something we've learned at Ford as we come out with these performance versions. People still want all the technology. So we have power leather trim seats, shaper audio, a full 8-inch MyFord Touch screen, as well as dual zone electronic temperature control for our discerning customers who want all that creature comforts. Also, the vehicle is equipped with track apps. So you can get all your G-force monitored and tracked for you. You have your lap times, all your acceleration and braking metrics, and we even have some exercises that we can do for the customers on all those metrics. We really believe that GT350 changes the dialogue about performance within Ford. It really brings world-class performance to a larger audience, an audience that we think are going to be new to us. Yes, we'll sell them in the US and the Middle East, and we're really excited for the launch of the product. I have to tell you that this is a very special car for all of us at Ford. As I said, there are a lot of great technology in performance cars today. But there's very few cars that combine a naturally aspirated, high-torque engine with all of the braking capability of a world-class, even European standard, and the chassis dynamics of this vehicle. The combination is magical, and there's only a few vehicles in the world that can deliver that. And by far, this will deliver it at a completely different price point than them. And on behalf of the whole team that have worked for, as a passion, many extra hours, volunteering their time to really deliver that potential, I have to say thank you for being here. And we're really pleased, and I'm especially pleased to see all those faces that did all the work here today for you to see and to meet. Herman Sollenbach, Jamal, you know very well, and Carrie. We have Maury Callum and Chris, the design team that delivered this gorgeous car. They're all here. Thank you so much. The car speaks for itself, and if you don't mind, why don't you come on up and we'll answer all your questions.
Great job, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you.